Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. So the story of Hunted starts off with a bad dream. Yes, not a good dream. Oh yes, not one of those dreams, guys. And then you meet this demon chick in that dream, and then you meet her outside of the dream. And then it doesn't really advance from there. The story of Hunted really doesn't take much imagination to create either. Take a sexy elf. Well, I'm not sure about sexy. I would say more like a slutty elf. Then take some big bald dude and then let them team up. They're basically sidekicks to each other since there's very, very little character development. So you never know who's actually the lead character in this game. And usually all the missions come down to money, you know, because that's what everybody likes. And you never really get any missions for morality reasons or anything, thus making these characters boring and really not relatable at all. Not to mention, you don't really get a connection to any of the characters outside the two main characters. The voice acting outside the elf is pretty fucking terrible. The twists and riddles and the puzzles don't really make you want to advance through the story. You'll get a laugh once in a while because of the bantering going on between the two main characters. However, let's not kid ourselves. It's not funny enough to actually replay this game or even keep playing. This is easily the worst part of Hunted in my opinion. The graphics are borderline bad. The animations are some of the worst I've seen in current gaming. This is 2011. This game gives a real 2006 vibe, and I can't really give it any credit when it comes to the overall graphics. There's nothing to ever really look at, and all the environments are always dull. Let's be honest, they're always boring. Boring, ugly environments. And I complain about Gears of War's environments, but this has its own ugly-ass environments. It's like a Van Helsing look, but boring. So overall, the graphics are boring, the production value is low, and it's just nothing special to look at, or look at all. Forget about special. The gameplay wants to mix action, adventure, and shooting all in one, and that's a pretty, cool idea. The gameplay works with co-op in mind, and the elf has both far range and close range attacks, though her little pointy sword will do some damage close range, but for the most part you want to stay away from her enemies because her true power is from far range attacks. You'll hide behind cover and for the most part just pop out and finish off enemies. Once in a while you'll need the sword to kill bugs or close encounters, but most of the time you'll just basically stay behind. Baldy, Caddick, whatever his name is, really only does well face to face. You can switch out his sword with axes and clubs and so on, and you'll mostly just be hitting X with the occasional Y to do more powerful blows. And once in a blue moon, you'll see B pop up, and then you'll be able to start a finisher, in which case it looks cool, and they're pretty fucking sweet to see, but don't expect it to pop up often. You also have these upgraded skills in the game where they'll help you change the tide of the battles. They can do like shooting fireballs to lifting people in the air to freezing enemies, and it's something that breaks up the action over just shooting and slashing. However, the game feels like it's trying to mix Gears of War with swordplay. It's a very cool idea, just not a very good execution with this type of budget. Glitches galore, like getting stuck in wood, weapons disappearing, gates not opening, and overall sluggish feel to the combat. The controls feel wonky, not to mention they're trying to incorporate RPG elements, but they are so light in this game that it should have just been pure action, because with these abilities to level up, it's very, very simple. You put the cubes you find on the floor into leveling up. There's really no reason to kill enemies other than them dropping crystals, and they don't always drop it. You'll be leveling up 6 skills for each character. I know that's so many, and you'll just be able to pick up the same weapons over and over again. So really this game doesn't provide much diversity. It's just the same old throughout the game, and the same old enemies. Putting a skeleton or a zombie or whatever the fuck is in the game, none of them are orcs. They're all the same and they all act the same. There's really no difference, and diversity is a big missing factor in this game, on top of it being very low budget. Now I expect there's gonna be fans of this game. It feels like it's going to be a sleeper hit. I already know friends who enjoy this game, and I'm glad for them. I'm glad they got out what I couldn't. Overall, this is what I feel. Hunted could have been something special. It could have really blended the RPG elements well with the action shooting. On top of that, have a well-written story and swordplay into a shooting game. Instead, we get a cheesy dialogue mixed in with poor production value and very cliche, boring-ass story. I can't say I really enjoyed this game all that much. As far as it working and it being beatable, yeah, I give it credit to that. You can beat this game, and the shooting works, the swordplay works. But I also beat Sonic 06. It doesn't make it a very good game. Low budget doesn't give an excuse to come up with a poor title like this, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to be easy on it. It is a poor game. It is anywhere from poor to average at best. At best, it's average, but I think it's a pretty poor game.
Courtyard. Be careful, though. From what I've heard, the courtyard has seen some heavy fighting.
Don't worry. So have we.